What is up, everybody? Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you are doing. How y'all doing? It's Kaiser. Good to see you all. Again, happy Friday. Because Fridays are always the best day. All right, folks. So we got some Indy 5 news coming out. So Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is back in the news cycle again. And it's because we've got some early projections for the box office of this movie. We are still about 3 weeks out from this movie's premiere, and oof, the news just keeps getting worse for this movie, and it's not hard to see why. So currently, Rotten Tomatoes, last time we checked this movie out, it was sitting at about a 54% critic score. But again, looks like Rotten Tomatoes is up to its usual shenanigans because all critics' score is 54%. But if you go to the top critics, it drops to 46%. Oof. That's bad. Yeah. And it doesn't get any better considering the fact that we've already seen the media jump on this one, saying that it is the lowest rated movie in the franchise's history on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, the time that this was published, the Rotten Tomatoes score was at 52%. Yeah, it's kind of fluctuated around a little bit, but seems to be sticking around that 50% mark until you actually account for the top critic score. Then it's not good. Yep. And then, of course, we've seen more things going on recently as it's been revealed about the record-breakingly huge budget right now with this movie. So they're saying confirmed Destiny, or the Dial of Destiny has a $294.7 million budget. Well, from what we're also hearing on the ground, that actual budget is probably significantly higher than that. Oh, probably over $300 million. This is just what they're reporting to us. This movie's already been looking to be a serious problem. And yeah, so when Disney apparently had Kathleen Kennedy come to a meeting with Bob Iger back several months ago, according to what we know of that meeting, she was told that Dial of Destiny has to make money. It has to be over $800 to $900 million in total take. Well, based on these projections and whatnot right now, this movie is probably looking like it's gonna need that $800 million, at least, maybe even $900 million, just to break even. Disney just has set themselves up for failure at this point on this one. Yikes. It's looking particularly bad because, as if all that wasn't bad enough, now here comes the kicker. Courtesy of Deadline, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny to ring up around $60 million opening. Here's why. And this is the early box office outlook. Wow. $60 million is an absolute slap in the face for this movie. It's absolutely terrible. That means that this movie is already on track to open for less than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull opened for. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull had an opening weekend box office of $100,137,835, which was 31% of its total gross. Yeah, so this current movie, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, looks like it's going to actually underperform in its opening weekend its predecessor, which, let's be honest, already not a lot of people like that movie. It has its moments, but it's mostly kind of derided as not really very good. My personal opinion, there are only 3 Indiana Jones movies, and those are Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. You don't like it, that's fine. That's okay. We can all like different things. It's okay. Anyway, folks, it's not only being reported over at Deadline about this. We've also got the same going on at Hollywood Reporter. Disney and Lucasfilm's long-awaited next installment of the action-adventure franchise is pacing to open to $60 million to $70 million over the June 30th to June... I think that's supposed to say June 30th to July 2nd. It says June 2nd, whatever. Weekend, according to early tracking, that's on par with Mission Impossible Fallout, No Time to Die, and those films didn't face such a crowded marketplace. Which is correct. Yeah. This movie's already going to be in a bad place, and it's going to have competition. Yeesh. So, this movie's got a lot of things going against it. I mean, the narratives, it's got the, all the I can't even talk this morning, I apologize. All the controversy with Phoebe Waller-Bridge and her character, it's got a lot of issues going into the box office. And, yeah, to be completely honest with y'all, this movie, I think, could quite possibly be the straw that broke the camel's back, because as we have seen very clearly, there's a lot of problems going on at Disney lately. We've got tons of lawsuits. We have dwindling interest at their parks. We have a lot of cases of just a lot of controversy and a lot of crazy things happening that are driving people away from Disney in droves. Right now, apparently, Disney parks, you've got maybe at most 20-minute waits at a lot of the rides and a lot of the attractions. Usually, you have to wait almost all day to get to some of these. Over at Universal, on the other side of the lot, however, Universal's parks are full to capacity daily. Yeah. And they're already announcing expansions and more projects over at Universal. Disney, on the other hand, is struggling just to stay afloat. Galactic Star Cruiser was closed recently. There was multiple cancellations, projects put on hold. And then the recent news came out that apparently Disney only has about maybe $200 million in liquid assets on hand right now. And as if that wasn't bad enough, on top of that, we now have the Hulu Comcast deal, which is coming out. And it's being reported with the Hulu Comcast deal that Disney could be forced to fork over as much as $27.5 billion for their acquisition of Hulu. And if you're asking my opinion, Hulu's not worth it. But they've written themselves into a corner, and now they have to pay the piper. Kind of literally in this case. The fact is, yeah, this company is in decline. I think that they're on their way out. Do I think that Disney is going to go the way of the dodo and be completely destroyed? Look, if I'm going to be completely honest with you all, and I have no reason to be anything but completely honest with y'all. In fact, I prefer to be absolutely honest with y'all. I do not think that Disney is going to go away. I think worst case scenario, if things happen and Disney ends up on the corporate chopping block, so to speak, somebody's going to swoop in at the 11th hour and scoop up the company and give it a revitalization. Potentially, depending on which company gets it, I'm saying it could be, like there could be a major revival of the what we used to like about Disney coming back, a focus on profitability and not pissing off audiences. That's a possibility. Am I saying that's going to happen? I have no idea. I'm not looking into a crystal ball. I'm just making predictions based off of what I'm seeing on the ground and the information and drawing data points and patterns. But what I can tell you is that I don't see Disney completely folding and then just, disappearing. Their stuff is going to get bought. Their material assets, all of their properties and their programming is going to get purchased by someone else, and it's just going to change hands. Pretty much just under new management, so to speak. Which is fine because they've needed new management for a long time. But that's just my speculation. A lot of folks were kind of getting a little upset at me for reporting the rumor going around about potential sale of Lucasfilm on the last video. I just want to make it completely clear that everything that I said in that video is absolutely 100% rumor and speculation. There's some insider information that's been going around. I'll be completely honest. I've done as much vetting as I can, but it's all rumor. Even the sources where this information's coming from are saying that it's all rumors. So, before anybody gets bent out of shape, I just want to make it clear. It's just rumor. It's just speculation. But if I'm playing the Vegas betting odds and I'm kind of drawing correlations and patterns on things that have happened and what's going on, that's kind of how I think it's going to shake out. But at this moment, right now, Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, it's looking like it's going to be a serious bomb at the box office. It's got some problems. So this $60 to $70 million debut is going, if this ends up being true, if this ends up being the case, this movie not only is going to not make back its budget, this movie is going to lose potentially hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney at a time when they cannot afford any kind of mistakes. And as if that wasn't bad enough, coming right out on the heels of this movie, you've also got Elemental getting ready to come out. That movie's already looking to be a giant failure. Then we've got all the Disney Plus series that are coming out. Echo is being pushed out there, and trust me, everything we've heard about Echo sounds like it is an absolute shit show. Just being honest with y'all. So, anyway, folks, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and keep it off right here so that way we can, get on to more, topics and whatnot. I will see you all later. Thank you all so much for watching. One real quick final announcement before I forget. I will have some pre-recorded videos that will be going out over the course of today. There will be no videos over the weekend. And I am actually, just so everybody knows, my office is getting cleared out right now. You can't really see it right now, but there's a lot of stuff missing out of my office. You can probably see that the shelf that's usually back here over my shoulder is missing. So, yeah, that's all going to be, this is all being taken out. I'm getting new floors put in over this weekend. So, this weekend, no videos. Potentially, depending on how things go, could be no videos on Monday. If I can, I will try and put some out, but obviously I'll kind of assess as the weekend goes on. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will let you all know. I'll keep you posted. Thank you all so much. Definitely go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all on the next video. Peace.